Now, here's Jay.
Well, I'd rather just sit and listen to the music for the hour. And what's that you say? You would too? Well, we'll do our best anyway. So, good afternoon. This is Jay Kaplan. This is the Educated Retirement Radio here on KMET, the Mighty Met, where we contemplate retirement and how best to prepare for see, I can't even say it, at retirement, and how to best stay happily retired. So today we will speak with Randy Clarito, or Randolph, excuse me, we're calling him today. He is a repeat offender as far as this show is concerned. And his cohort, Belinda Calderon Nurnberg, who he works with and is actually the chief executive officer, I believe, of 1Heart. Let me just throw in a placement ad. You know how they do in the movies, right? A placement ad. There you go. And so this week we are going to finish our little discussion on Musso and Frank, which we didn't get a chance really to do last week. And remember, we talked about how Steve McQueen had gotten thrown out of there. And well, we'll continue a little bit with more details. And we'll also talk about how animals OD on vodka. Why, you ask? Today is National Vodka Day. It's also National Tequila Day, National Gin Day. No, it's National Vodka Day. And why don't I have a bottle of vodka to show you? Because you don't need any direction as far as that's concerned. It's National Taco Day, and I'd show that to you, but I ate them all. It's not even Tuesday, and it's National Taco Day. I should think every day would be National Taco Day. And very close to my heart, National Cinnamon Roll Day. So if you didn't start off with a cinnamon roll today, shame on you. But, well, I didn't either. But you know what? There's still time. Lots of cinnamon rolls are floating out there. You know I'm not retired yet, so that's why we have today's guests and every other guests, so they can help us discuss tools about retirement and all that other good stuff. So if you didn't catch that first phone number for On the Air, and, you know, I'm sure that our guests would be happy if you called in with questions about healthcare and in-home care. But you can talk to me about anything at 866-955-2233. That's my off-air number. Call it right now, and I won't answer, but I will get back to you. So that's to talk about just about anything. Call me, email me, bestloantoday@gmail.com, bestloantoday@gmail.com, or www.drheckham, or for those of us that are more formal, www.theeducatedretirementradio.com. Heckham, as you may already, if you've watched or listened to this show, stands for Home Equity Conversion Mortgage. Although I don't think of it as a mortgage as much as it's a program. But anyway, call me, talk to me, and I will always respect your information. That is, I'm not going to give it out to everybody. I'm not going to bug you. Most of all, I'm not going to bug you. I belong to the non-bugging, whatever that company is, the Non-Bugging Society of America. So my day job is at the Loan Source. My NMLS phone, no, it's not my phone number. NMLS number is 384465. Department of Real Estate number, which I do loans under that number, but I do not do real estate. The last real estate transaction, I think, was 1978 or something. But anyway, that number is 792630. Need your questions, need your calls, need your input. And, you know, if you've watched or listened to the show before, I try not to make a infomercial out of this, although I think our infomercials can be good. I'm just waking up in the middle of the night too often to do, whatever I need to do, and there's this guy yelling and screaming about coins. Getting tired of that. So we can easily talk about uh, music, movies, electric trains, UFOs, Bigfoot. Let me put in a plug for Mysterious Universe out of Australia. Best of all the podcasts, most entertaining. It's educational, and it can make fun of things all at the same time. So we do believe in challenging the status quo. You, your family, whatever, you need to be active, not reactive. And we do the show, and we try to expand friends and our network. Now, it's time, since I have my doctor's thing on, I need to check you over. Let me see. Breathe deeply. That's right. That's good. That's good. Okay. You're doing all right. All you need is a small prescription about reverse mortgages and how important they are and could be to you. So I'll just say real quick, and I'll put the pen down, that do you realize that when you make a payment on a reverse home loan, you can actually get that money back when you need it? We need to talk about that, of course. That's not a flat black and white, and not everybody has the same type of loan. So let me tell you one thing I really don't like on a lot of these advertisements you get about reverse mortgages. I really don't like it when people tell you you are doing away with your house payment. You no longer have a house payment. Well, of course, you're still responsible for taxes and insurance. But as far as not having a house payment, that's not true. What you've just gotten rid of, you didn't get rid of the payment. You didn't get rid of the obligation. What you got rid of was the obligation to sit down and write a check every month, because now you don't have to. You can write it or you don't have to write it. So I feel blessed today because today is Blessing of the Animals. I'm not wearing a leash. I can, it's okay to let me off the leash, but you can take me to any of these festivals that you want. It is the Feast of Saint Francis, patron saint of animals and the environment. So celebrations are just about everywhere where you can find celebrations. And, located in and around churches, that kind of thing, most of all. So I know this first little thing is a quick one, so I will give it a break and give you back to Sean and our advertisers, and I will be back here in a moment. So visit me. Welcome back to the Educated Retirement Radio here on your home planet. 1490 KMET AM radio, the Mighty Met. Make sure you visit at www.drheckham.com. I was talking about the coin collecting thing at night. You know what else is starting to bug me is all those advertisements for Medicare supplements and Medicare add-ons and all that stuff. This time of the year, that's all they have. So, but if you are just turning 65, look into it a lot. I would definitely recommend finding somebody to talk to. We've had a few people call me. I can set you up with somebody in your neighborhood. And you need to get something that's, add something to Medicare, because it doesn't always cost any extra. It's just that instead of the money going to the government, who in turn pays physicians and other people, it goes to a private company that then can do more for you, because that's the way it's set up. So call me, 866-955-2233, drheckham.com. And remember, the YouTube channel is there also. So you can always scroll a little bit down on the front page of drheckham.com, and you can watch this show right now live. You can also find them in the past, as you can find everyone else who has a show here on KMET. And you can just scroll down another quarter inch or so and find the YouTube channel. Then I've got the entire shows there, and I have little snippets, like, the first half with me yapping, And I have the second half separately, usually where you get information and then sometimes little bitty things that just seem to be funny. So as we said before, what do I have in my coffee cup? 1Heart coffee cup. It is National Vodka Day. So here's the real reason you are listening. This makes it all worthwhile. I know it's expensive to listen to this show or watch it, but here's your payback. Excuse me. Go buy the cheapest vodka you can find. Buy cheap vodka and put it through a clean water filter. And then it will taste like top shelf, expensive vodka. So that's even better than I'm looking at my Henry the 13th bottle that's filled with much cheaper stuff on the shelf. But it's a different thing here. Did you know the most expensive vodka is, and this is real, it's called Billionaire Vodka. And I've been saving up for it. I think I got a ways to go. $3.7 million. And it doesn't say for that whether that's one bottle or a year's worth. I guess, anyway. 3.7, and it comes with a concierge who will serve it to you for one full year. And of course, that concierge will be wearing gloves with that specific emblem on it. So aren't you something? Just a short aside. Dan Aykroyd, he's got that Crystal Skull vodka, which is kind of pretty neat bottle anyway. It came out the same time as Spielberg's Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, and that was not on purpose. You'd think it might have been. Anyway, I don't know whether there was an argument between or whatever, but at least everything was settled in advance by Aykroyd supplying the premiere of the movie with bottles of that vodka. So everybody made happy and nice, and they're still drunk. Of famous people's birthdays, it is Buster Keaton's 1895 to 1966. He was called the Great Stone Face. I am just called the Great Big Face. Certain movies that you might or might not recall. Since this is like video disc time on this show, there's The General. Now, I saw The General with my friend Ray not too long ago at the Hammer in Westwood, where it was playing, and I understand that Alien is coming back to movie theaters next week, and that's another one I'd like to see. But it's got not much to do with Buster Keaton at this time. Orson Welles, who used to hang out a lot at Musso and Frank's, said the best movie ever made was The General. So he also did another famous one, The Cameraman, and then his towering achievement, Beach Blanket Bingo, in 1965. So, and this is pretty interesting, I thought, for somebody his father, Buster Keaton's father, had a traveling show with Houdini called the Keaton-Houdini Medicine Show, where they performed on stage and sold medicine at the same time. Now, if their medicine could turn them into Houdinis and Keatons, I guess you could sign me up. But I got to get up, but I don't have the prescription pad for that one. So, Anne Rice was also, I guess I could put on my Mardi Gras beads here. Anne Rice was also born on this day in 1941. Author, of course, of Gothic fiction, and what may be most Gothic fiction-y about it is she's even older than I am. So, Interview with a Vampire. Did you read that, Sean?
No, I did not.
Or see the movie?
No, I sure didn't.
Okay, well, the movie, whatever. The book was great. I mean, I was very impressed with that book long ago when I read it. Sold at least 8 million copies, and the movie popped out in 1994, which is supposedly, back then anyway, the highest grossing R-rated film of all time. Maybe that's still there, but I don't know. I think R's and X's kind of change hands every now and then. Speaking of changing hands, look at the people who turned that role down. I mean, the main role. I didn't turn it down. Nobody asked. Rutger Hauer turned it down. I mean, I'm a big fan of his, but he may have been a little too upfront for that. I don't know. John Malkovich, I can see why, I don't know, but I can see him. Peter Weller. Besides, I've ever told you I had a cigar with Peter Weller in New Orleans long ago, and of course New Orleans does tie in with Anne Rice. My wife and I went up to her front door once, and I chickened out. That was a while. Anyway, Jeremy Irons, I think, turned it down. I think he would have been maybe the best of all. And maybe the best of all actors today, although maybe not as good as Jeremy Irons for that particular role. Daniel Day-Lewis turned it down. And Tom Hanks, he turned it down because he wanted to be in Forrest Gump. And Johnny Depp turned it down. So when Johnny Depp turned it down, Tom Cruise said, okay. And, there was some kind of a controversy between Anne Rice and Cruise, and she had to apologize when it turned out. Anyway, whatever. That's another problem for all those millionaires had on this. But, I mean, we do have some real talent involved with Anne Rice. Christian Slater took the role of the interviewer in the film. Was originally going to go to River Phoenix, who passed away in Johnny Depp's joint on Sunset Boulevard on the Strip. I forgot the name of the place, but so we have all these tie-ins. But just to lighten it up, this guy has a longer life than any vampire, even though he has passed away. Jan Murray in 1916 to 2006. That star of Texaco Star Theater, Gary Moore, Hollywood Squares, which was not a big thing for me. But Mel Brooks did this movie, History of the World, and Jan Murray was a vendor outside of the Casbah, someplace, yelling, or outside of one of the temples, yelling air for sale. So anyway, she can't get over that. And of course, the Chabad Telethon. For 18 years, he danced and sang. Did you ever see that, Sean?
No, what is that?
Oh, that's a crazy thing. I have to get you. You might want to look it up on the internet. Shabbat for Life or whatever. I'll look it up and I'll let you know. You didn't have to be Jewish to think that was pretty funny. It was extremely funny. It was, and for people like me, it was maybe one of the more sacred parts of the year. But anyway, I'm yapping again too much. So on that note, let's take another break here on The Educated Retirement. And when we come back, we're going to get loaded at Musso and Frank's for a martini. And is your martini vodka or gin, Sean?
I'm not into martinis.
Okay, just drugs?
No, just beer.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I'm kind of into beer myself, too. All right. See you in a minute.